Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for a weekly sales update of what I sold on eBay and Amazon merch for the week of December 31st, 2018 through January 6th, 2019.
Okay, 13 things sold, so I'll show you all of them. A couple of these I'll probably just show you what my profit was on it because they didn't sell for much and they're kind of older bread and butter. This is a candle snuffer, if you don't know what that is. They have a long handle. I guess I do show with a measuring stick. It just came out of my husband's estate. It sold for $9.99. I collected $13.17. Dollar. So I've changed up things a little bit. I used to combine fees and shipping, and now I'm going to tell you the fees and the shipping separately. So the fees are $1.88 and the shipping was $2.66 for a total net of $8.63. It took a month to sell. Another set of paper dolls. If you've watched my channel before, you know that I had a big box, and this is getting towards the end of them. I spent $20 on a big box. This sold for $24.99 with free shipping. So $2 less $2 for that, $5 for fees, $5.04 for fees, $4.10 shipping. Total profit $13.85, and it took 2 weeks to sell. This when you can find the names of these, I didn't know the names of these dolls. It does a little bit better, but if you can get any paper dolls at all, I would get them. Top Gun baseball snapback hat. I think it's from the 80s or 90s, whenever the movie came out. I guess the 80s now. It sold for $14.99, collected $22.49, spent $1 at a garage sale, $3.01 in fees, $7.28 shipping, $11.20 net profit, 4.5 months to sell. This, I thought these would sell sooner. I had some other ones, but they did finally sell. These are cool old 1950s matches. So the matches actually have the little witch. It's a sandwich shop. Anyway, they sold for they've sold for full price. I've had these things at 40% off before. $24.99. I collected $27.65. I spent about $1. I bought a big bag of matches years back. $3.63 in fees, $2.66 in shipping. Total profit $20.36. It took over 3 years to sell. This is a Hartman carry-on bag. This was a really nice bag. It did have some staining on it. But it's such a high quality bag that I don't think, I tried to get the stains out of it, but I couldn't. So anyway, it said Hartman on it. I know that's a good brand. They've been around for a very long time. Vintage Hartman, especially the ones with the red stripes on them, do phenomenal. They sell for a ton of money, but someone offered me $40 and I took it. They paid for shipping. She was concerned about the shipping. I had just regular Priority and FedEx, and both of those are showing up as more than like $25 or $30. She was in Maryland. So I sent it parcel post, and then she paid for it. So I spent $4 at Goodwill for this. And my total profit ended up being $28.94. It took about 2 months to sell. Oneida, I've had these forever as well. They're spring rose. It's a pretty common pattern. So anyway, they sold for full price $14.99, and my total profit, I spent about 50 cents. Total profit on that, $12.26, but it took over 3 years to sell. So there's another long tail item for you. Kinder Music. If you can pick these things up, they say Kinder Music on them. I used to teach Kinder Music. My kids took Kinder Music. So if you can find them with Kinder Music and lot them up, these are just leftovers. I sold all of my teaching materials, all that stuff. If you can ever find Kinder Music, anything, grab it. Teaching materials, maybe not the CDs. A lot of times they're trash because this is for really young children, preschool age children, and they tend to trash the CDs. But anyway, there was a big lot of instruments, and I was going to donate them. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if they're worth anything. And they were. So I sold them for $24.99, collected $34.67. They didn't really cost me anything. $4.64 in fees, $9.47 shipping, which seems like a lot, but there was a lot here, and it weighed a lot. $20.58 was my total profit on that, and it took a week to sell. So That's the other thing with Kinder Music. It just goes so fast because the stuff's so expensive. They overcharge parents. That's part of the reason why I quit teaching it. This is kind of cool. I found this at an estate sale. And of course, I fell in love with it. It's a butter plate, but it's got this kind of weird, like, dome thing that goes over the top. It's cool, you know, like if you were serving outside or something, you didn't want bugs on your butter. And anyway, it sold $24.99. I collected $35.28. I spent $4 at the estate sale. I thought it was going to be worth a little bit more. Of course, I fell in love with it. Total profit on that, $16.75. It took 4 months to sell. Here are a pair of snow pants that my daughter just had to have. They were designer snow pants. They're pretty thin for Montana. They'll probably be fine like on the east or west coast. But here's a brand to look for, Aaron Snow. They sell it at the high-end resort that we live near. There's my Sizely, which always helps because then people don't ask questions. They're made in Switzerland. They were very small, but they just, you know, they were just a little too flash for her. So she was willing to give them up. I think she only skied in them for like a year. It was kind of, anyway. Someone offered me $90, and since I'm in the business of selling, not keeping, I sold them. $97.25 is what I collected. I'm saying I didn't spend anything for these. I can't even remember what I bought them for. I want to say they have a big clearance sale once a year, so I think I probably paid $40 or $50 for them, but she did wear them, and winter clothes are expensive, so I don't really ever count that. Fees were $13.48, shipping $6.90. $76.87 was my total profit on that, and it took 2 months to sell. These are some more paper dolls. These are movie stars, and there were 2 of each one, and on the backs of the movie stars said who it was. Claudette Colbert, Clara Bow, Sue Carroll, Anita Page. So anyway, that was kind of fun, and then they had all their little outfits. I knew this was a little higher end. If this was still in the book, it would have been worth significantly more. $34.99 is what they sold for. $39.37 is what I collected. I spent about $2. Total profit on these was $30.88, and they took 3 weeks to sell. And the last paper doll set that I have sold, I do have 1 lot left, and then that's it. I'm done with these paper dolls, so I'm on the hunt for more, because they sold really well. They have almost all sold within, you know, a month. Anyway, these sold for $19.99. $24.37 is what I collected, and total profit on these was $14.19, and they took 3 weeks to sell. Here is a purchase I should have paid more attention to. So I got this at an estate sale, and I fell in love with these skiers, and just thought the pictures were really kitsch. There were some really cool photos in here from the Pacific Railroad when they're trying to, you know, expand into the West and get people to use their train to travel and all that. So they had all different kinds of things. I mean, look at this car. Who wouldn't want to travel on a train? It looks fabulous. So anyway, it sold. I knew I wanted to get it out of here because I've had it around for a while. I had it in the antique booth for a while. Anyway, so it sold for $9.99. I collected $12.78. I spent, see, I fell in love with it, $5 at an estate sale. And here's why it was a bad purchase. It's because all of these images were cut off of the calendar. So this calendar says 1957, and I don't know if you can see, but in the crease in the fold there are just the remnants of the actual months. So they cut the months off. There should have been, each month should have had its own page, and they, as the year went on, they removed those. So it would have been worth more had it been that. I think even brand new, they are going for about 30, 35 bucks. So really not all that much, but if you can get them cheap enough, it's worth your while. So my total profit on that, unfortunately, was $3.02, but it only took a week to sell. I'm trying to price things a little lower now to get them out of here and not have so much long tail. And the last thing I sold this week is Roots. These guys are out of Canada. They made Olympic jackets when we were in Salt Lake, which I was like, really? They're a Canadian company is making our Olympic uniform, whatever. So They did do fairly well for a while as a brand, but I would say that as everything with clothes, the market's flooded. Somebody offered me 18, so I sold it to them $22.94. It took them like 2 weeks to sell. I mean, it took 2 weeks for them to pay. This actually sold before Christmas, so that was kind of lame. Anyway, I spent $1 at the thrift store on dollar days, and my total profit $15.58, and it took 3 months to sell. $352.90 is what everything sold for. $429.19 is what I collected. I spent $22.50 on 13 items, $55.57 in fees, and $78.01 in shipping. So these are the two columns that I broke out just to make it easier for me next year at tax time, because I had a heck of a time trying to figure that number out. $273.11 is my net for the week from eBay. Amazon merch has dropped off the planet. 2 pop sockets, 2 shirts, $13.76 is what I made there. I don't expect much. I need to put up more long sleeves and hoodies. I don't have very many of those up. $286.87 was my total profit for the week.
So, a better week this week. There wasn't the distraction of Christmas and New Year's holidays. I'm trying to be a little more proactive listing. I need to start inventory, and you need to start inventory if you haven't started inventory yet, because that's important to know what you have sold and what might have dropped off, because I almost always have like 4 or 5 things that have dropped off over the year. So I am going to keep this brief. I will do another video either Thursday or Friday on some sort of dive deep into a subject, probably the new pattern, since I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. But yeah, I want you guys to get into your eBay closets and count your stuff and try to list a couple things every day and go get good stuff out there, because people are donating things that they got for Christmas, and I found a couple of really great things. I found a couple things for myself personally, but I also found a couple things to sell online. So anyway, just get out there, stay busy, and we'll see you on Thursday or Friday. Thanks for watching.